listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Perfect.
We back, baby. There are some people amongst me who do not like wrestling. Oh, well, that is too bad. They shall hear it right now.
Perfect.
What's going on? We are back. We are back on Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis night. It reminds me of Mayweather Pacquiao, only they fought when they are supposed to and not 5 years too late. But with that being said, check out what's coming up down the pipeline. We got a bunch of things coming up, as you can see. But first, come see me, RJD. Let's go. Yes. 'Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, everybody. What's going on? Matter of fact, let's move this over here. And let's move this over here. Can we do that? All right.
You stupid.
Don't judge me, but I like looking over here better. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is having themselves a good old-fashioned Saturday afternoon. It is raining here in the Northeast, but it's all good in the hood. RJD here, What the Wrestling here. Hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. We got a lot going on in regards to wrestling. We got Smackdown we're going to talk about briefly. We got AEW we're going to talk about briefly. CM Punk still trying to get in the good graces of AEW. A lot of people aren't optimistic, but it's all good. So, first things first, we're going to talk about Smacketh of the Down. We're going to talk about Smackdown first. Honestly, Smackdown was okay. Not a lot happened. They did move some stuff along, but I just want to know, why are we getting Seth Rollins versus Omos? Can somebody tell me why we're getting Seth Rollins versus Omos?
You stupid.
Anybody? Can anybody tell me that?
How dare you?
Is Vince still in control of this? What are we doing here?
Nope.
Who wants to see Seth Rollins versus Omos? Who asked for Seth Rollins versus Omos? Who asked for that? Did you ask for that? Did you ask for that? I didn't ask for that. Who asked for that? When I heard about this, I was like, my spidey senses went off. Now listen, I know you need matches for Backlash, and stop calling it WrestleMania Backlash because it's not WrestleMania.
Stop it. Get some help.
Let's stop that nonsense right now. But I understand you need some help, but nobody asked for this match. You would have been better off running it back with somebody than giving us something that nobody cares about. That's stupid.
You stupid.
So let's get the minor stuff out of the way. We have a U.S. Championship match that is going to happen at Backlash. Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus the Tsunami Bronson Reed. I could get down with this. That's probably going to be a banger, that one. We have Seth Rollins versus Omos announced for Backlash. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, asked for that.
Nope.
We have Zelina Vega demanding Adam Pearce to book her against Rhea Ripley, and she has her wish. I hope they give them more than like 6 minutes. Listen, shout out to Zelina Vega. I think she can really wrestle. I think she's going to get tossed around for a couple of minutes. I think this match will be short, and I'm okay with that, but they're going to have to build some people up in this division. And I know they're biding their time until the draft comes. I understand that. I get it. But they're going to have to figure this out, because you can't just have Rhea Ripley beating people up, and then next thing you know, in 6 months, Charlotte comes back, and then Charlotte wins at SummerSlam. Yay! We're not going for that.
Nope.
So they're going to have to figure something out and build up some women that are credible, that actually might have a shot at beating Rhea Ripley, because they can't rely on any old nonsense. They cannot. So that is announced for Backlash. We had a video package for Shinsuke Nakamura. Good to have him back. And Karrion Kross called out Shinsuke. So that's going to be a little feud. I don't know. If these guys weren't in WWE, I would say that they would have a better match. But being that they're in WWE, I don't know if WWE will let them be great. Because I'm like I said, Karrion Kross has something missing, but we all know that brother can wrestle. I don't care what you say. I don't care who says what. That brother can wrestle. They just need to, as I fix the mic, that brother can wrestle. They just need to find out what to do with him and get him on the same page and get him over. Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor defeat the LWO, Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar, after Priest hit Escobar with the South of Heaven. Then he called out Bad Bunny ahead of Bad Bunny appearing on Raw, no doubt, to promote the Puerto Rico show. We like that. Puerto Rico show is going to be booming. Shout out to them. We've seen the Judgment Day already versus the LWO. LWO need a win too. They're losing too much. We've seen Bobby versus Theory, Adam Bronson Reed. Hopefully that does well. Karrion Kross, we've seen a lot of this already. Ricochet and Braun Strowman beat the Viking Raiders when Ricochet hit a swanton off of Strowman's shoulders. They kind of messed this one up a tad bit, but at the end of the day, I like all these teams. The Viking Raiders in NXT, War Machine, definitely not the Viking Raiders on the main roster. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez beat Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville via pinfall for the tag championships to retain them. Morgan covered Green. Morgan did the Usos assist when, Jay or Jimmy used to jump under the rope and hold the rope down and use themselves as leverage to help their partner pin the other person. They basically stole that, and that was that. To be honest,
Nope.
You could have came up with something a little better rather than stealing something we've already seen, but I'll take it. It was fine. Nothing wrong here. Then we had Gunther, aka Walter, versus Xavier Woods, and he beat Woods via submission in a very good match. Oh, my bad. Wrong one.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Didn't mean to hit the boo birds on that one.
You stupid.
But Walter, let's talk about Walter. Walter is a hidden gem on this show. Regardless of what you do, Walter is quickly becoming must-see on this show. Not only do him and Shanger, you hear me?
You stupid.
Him and Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes and Imperium, they always have banger matches. Sheamus, Gunther, MVPs right now. I mean, Sheamus can't miss. Regardless of what you say about Gunther, Sheamus been doing it since the pandemic era. Banger after banger after banger. Come on, man. We cannot deny this brother. He's been killing it. So we're going to rock out with that. I just want to show love to Walter. He's a beast. Hit him with the Don DeMarco. And that was really all she wrote with the regular stuff. And we have, I have no idea. But like I said, why are we getting Seth Rollins versus Omos? Nobody wants to see that. The main event, again, we ended up seeing Solo Sikoa versus Riddle, but Solo Sikoa won again. All the crowd wanted to do was see tables, but instead they got Solo Sikoa beating Matt Riddle, and Solo Sikoa quickly becoming a badass, I'm a beat your ass heel. He is the enforcer. There's nothing wrong with that. We like that out of our Samoan badasses. But like I said, we've seen this already. Why are we running it back? I know they're trying to buy their time till the draft comes this week, but come on, let's figure this out. So that was your SmackDown. Not a bad show. It was mid. It was all right. A lot of stuff that they ran back we've seen already, but Matt Riddle coming back. He did get put through a table. So there's that. 1D through the table. Usos interference. I mean, we've seen all this before. Heard it all before. We've seen this all before. So I would like some new stuff. I'm sure after the draft, they're going to shake some things up. Much needed. Let's focus on that. Let us focus on that. All right. Let's talk about AEW. AEW, this is the 419 version of AEW. This was a good show. Solid. Nothing crazy, but it was a solid show. We had Jungle Boy coming out, as well as Sammy Guevara and Darby Allin. We had the Pillars all in the ring. And the very noticeable difference here was that there was no MJF. And because there was no MJF, it really showed the lack, not of star power, I'm not going to say that, but it really showed how MJF is a tier above everyone else.
Respect my authority!
That is a fact. This promo wasn't as good as the last one that the Four Pillars cut, but it was good enough. It was all right. So we had MJF come out and said, ladies, stop fighting over me. You're making me blush.
How dare you?
Shout out to MJF. He is fantastic on the mic. And he said he talked to TK, which is his best friend.
Gotcha, bitch.
And he said TK and him came up with the plan to have a Pillars tournament. Somebody's going to get a first round bye, which has ended up going to be Darby Allin. He got hyped. And in the main event of this show, we will have the other two remaining Pillars fight each other, Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara. Like I said, MJF, A1 in this promo, he looked better than everybody else. Then we had the Outcasts, Ruby Soho and Toni Storm versus and Saraya versus The Doctor, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. They were in Britsburg, so you already know what that means.
Bruh.
They went crazy for The Doctor.
Respect my authority!
And they had themselves a good match. The ladies had a good match. And can I say something about this hip attack? Toni Storm throws that goddamn hip attack, and I have no idea how no one has a concussion after getting hit with that hip attack. It's like she runs full force. It's like, how do you take that move and not have whiplash? I would love to know. I would love to know. But in the end, we had Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter with the win. They celebrate, good for them. But the Doctor would return later on in the show. Interview with Wardlow came next, and there is a match with Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow for the TNT title. But Arn Anderson came out of nowhere. He pulled out the pew-pew, the hand pew-pew, and basically said, you need to do what we need to do, what we used to do back in the Four Horsemen days. There's a guy, he taught you how to play chess. Checkers. I'm going to teach you how to play chess. Word of the night.
Respect my authority!
Do not mess with Arn Anderson. That's all I need to say. Then we had the Elite come out. Kenny Omega and the Bucks. They came out looking serious as ever. Kenny Omega cut a promo saying that it's been rough and the BCC has been putting all their friends in the hospital. And he wished that he had put that damn screwdriver through the head of Jon Moxley. But we had Bryan Danielson on the screen, and he called all of them amateurs, and he got all of the attention because
Gotcha, bitch.
Combat Club was right behind them, beating the holy hell out of all of them, kicked Kenny Omega, beat him to death, beat up the Young Bucks. A fight ensued. Kenny Omega tried to hold his own. Danielson came out to the ring, but Blackpool Combat Club ended up getting the upper hand. Don Callis came out with the chair. Bryan Danielson met him on the ramp, and he was basically like, man,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
We out of here. But when he came back, he did not come alone. He came with Takeshita, and Takeshita came out. He beat up on everybody except Bryan Danielson.
Bruh.
Stay tuned. That's going to come back around later. Mark my words. He beat up everybody, cleared the ring. Kenny Omega with the V trigger, getting everybody out of there. Bryan Danielson hauls ass. He was basically like,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
He got the hell up out of there. And Danielson and Don Callis, who I fully believe is going to turn on them.
Gotcha, bitch.
He raises Kenny's hand, raises Takeshita's hand. Now you know that's going to be a fight, and Danielson might end up recruiting Takeshita to the Blackpool Combat Club. I fully see that happening, but if that happens, we will see one Kota Ibushi.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Might even see the Golden Lovers. Who knows? No, come on, you know I'm just playing.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Next, we had Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow going 1-on-1. We did have some shenanigans here. We had QT Marshall get in the ring, try to interfere, but Penta super kicks him in the ring. Arn Anderson was already down there. He gives him a spike DDT. He spiked him.
Nope.
Basically told him, hell no, there will be no interference here. And that's after he pulled out the Glock pew pew, imaginary pew pew. And that was hilarious. After that, Wardlow hits a powerbomb, hits another powerbomb. He's a very strong brother because Powerhouse is a big, strong boy, and he picked that brother up, as they say in England, and he picked that brother up and powerbombed him 3 times, and he's got to be every bit of 280. I mean, both these guys are probably above 260 pounds, 270 pounds. And here, listen, he muscled them up, so ain't gonna get no complaints out of me. And we have a new TNT champion. Now, on the one hand, I like that. Shout out to Wardlow, he's awesome. On the other hand, Powerhouse Hobbs has to take the loss, but the TNT title, man.
Get the fuck out of here!
What are we doing with the TNT title? This is the 3rd time this man has gotten this title. And he is not as hot as he was when he got it. After he beat MJF and he got the title the first time, there should have been no doubt. They should have had a plan in place for Wardlow. I don't know if somebody got hurt, if he got hurt, if somebody left. Who cares? They should have had a plan in place, but there was no plan in place. The brother has cooled off substantially.
You stupid.
And now him winning the TNT title, he didn't even get to let it breathe because Christian Cage came out with Luchasaurus right after the fact. So that is going to be the second challenger. Now, Luchasaurus looks good. Kane giving me Kane vibes. Got a nice mask. Got the shoulder spike. Looks great. But Wardlow cannot afford to take another TNT title loss. That is stupid.
You stupid.
And if he does,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
just don't go for the title no more,
Bruh.
Just don't go for the title no more. They need to actually capitalize on this brother winning the TNT title instead of just having him flip-flop all goddamn day. So hopefully they figure that out. Hopefully. There's still hope. But time will tell. Next, Jay White versus the Commander. Jay White looked good here, but the Commander looked a little bit better than him, dare I say, with those tightrope springboards and tightrope front flips and all this other stuff. In the end, Jay White gets the win with the Blade Runner. So good win for him. I just get the feeling he's going to be lost in the shuffle on this show.
Gotcha, bitch.
Stop the cap.
And it sucks because WWE, he would have got the superstar treatment. I think people would have known who he was, but if you're anybody right now going to WWE with Vince McMahon in charge,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
don't do it. Just don't do it. We also had Shawn Spears was in the crowd for that Wardlow for that Commander match as well, doing sixes and fives for every move set. Shout out to Shawn Spears. He's gonna end up joining eventually. Next, we had FTR backstage, and they learned that Mark Briscoe got attacked by the Varsity Athletes and Slim J. They go to the trainer's room. They run over there with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and Sagnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. They say Mark isn't cleared to compete, but he got beat up. He said he's okay, and we'll see where this story goes with that. Then we had Adam Cole, baby, and Chris Jericho in a segment in the middle of the ring. They both showed love to each other, both showed respect to each other, shook each other's hands. But then they began to fight each other. The JAS came down, as always, and beat the holy hell out of Adam Cole. But his girlfriend, Britt Baker, the doctor, came down to save him. This was a mistake. She basically said,
How dare you?
but then the Outcast came out
Gotcha, bitch.
and beat her up. And not only did they beat her up, she's got some nice groovy scars and a nice cookie in her eye to show for it. But they beat her down with a kendo stick, gave her a beating, and handcuffed Adam Cole to the ring in her own hometown in front of her family so that she could get her butt kicked and get sympathy from the crowd. And boy, the crowd didn't like that. So Jericho and Adam Cole coming soon for sure. For sure. Then we have the Acclaim. The Acclaim with Daddy Ass versus the JAS. And this is to see if the Acclaim will join the JAS. The Acclaim win with the mic drop after Daddy Ass takes the loaded comb from Angelo Parker, if I'm not mistaken. Then we had the Pillars tournament, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry versus Sammy Guevara. This was a good back and forth match. These guys, as always, do not disappoint. But in the end of it, MJF came out of nowhere while Sammy Guevara, I said Sarby. That's Sam and Darby.
Bruh.
Stupid.
While Sammy Guevara grabbed the ref and he hit Jungle Boy in the face with a Dynamite diamond ring. And he was sitting there. Jungle Boy is knocked the hell out. He let the ref go. The ref was at 8 already for the 10 count. He counts to 10. He's out of there. Jack Perry loses, but he gets counted out. He doesn't get pinned. So that somewhat protects him, which is good. And at the end of the day, Sammy Guevara and MJF stand tall, and MJF picks up Sammy Guevara and runs around the ring with him while he's on his shoulders. This to me is weird because I thought they were all going to try to win the Triple B belt. So why is he helping him and putting him on his shoulders? That's kind of weird to me. Not gonna lie.
How, Sway? Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
So other than that, fine show. Nothing wrong with it.
Bruh.
But that didn't make sense. This was a decent show. That's all she wrote. So, like I said, Smackdown decent. AEW decent. Decent shows this week. Let's see what happens next week. Let's see if they could keep the ball rolling. As for me, I'm rolling on out of here in about 6 hours. 27 minutes and 10 seconds. We got Tank versus Ryan Garcia main event tonight. Hopefully you're going out there to watch it. I'm going to put up a short for all you boxing fans out there. Let's talk about this real quick. Who you got? 50-50 fight to me. 51-49 in favor of Tank. I got Tank beating Ryan. Don't know if I'll see a knockout, but this reminds me of Shane and De La Hoya in their prime. This reminds me of well, I can't say Corrales and Floyd because they were both young and in their prime, and they were both beating the hell out of everybody they fought. They were both undefeated. Maybe Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, both in their prime, both in their late 20s. These are two guys in their 20s and the best shape that they're probably ever going to be in. And both speedy guys. Ryan Garcia probably is a little bit faster with his hands, but you will be Gervonta has cat-like quickness, and once he starts trying to mow you down, that left hand is coming. So I don't know. I got Tank. I don't think Tank's been down. Ryan has been put down before, but he did come back and have a knockout in that fight. So we're not going to sit here and count Ryan out. I just think Tank is the better fighter, the more experienced. He's fought the tougher competition. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to a good fight tonight. Two good brothers in their prime, fights we want to see, young bulls going at each other. So with that being said, back to the wrestling. I am out. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the fight tonight. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.